Hey, you've caught us preparing for the next episode of Pooches at Play.
It is going to be an episode full of nutrition advice, tips.
Morgan.
What?
You're meant to be working.
Oh, yeah, it's a video for the dog.
At least some of us are professionals. You know what? You guys can have a treat for that. You're doing well.
Ooh.
Not you.
Oh.
This week's breed in focus is the Brussels Griffon, a toy breed originating from the city of Brussels in Belgium. And they were bred, yes you were, to hunt and kill rats. Not that little Louis here would harm a fly. Maybe. These gorgeous little characters have been around for 200 years and are best known for their trademark beards, almost human expressions and proud appearance. They're super eager to please and bond well with their owners, making them great little companions. As well as many other breeds, they do require a lot of attention, so they don't do well being left alone and they need an owner that will devote time and energy to them. Yes, they are very intelligent, but they can be stubborn and just a tad demanding. Sorry, Louis. So obedience training and patience is a must. They may bark at other dogs or strangers, which can become a bit of a problem, so early socialisations and again that training is really important. Yeah, I've certainly seen them underestimate their size and try to dominate larger dogs, but generally get on well with other pooches and cats. However, if you've got a pocket pet, like a rat, then you'll need to be extra careful. Like most small dogs, their size makes them vulnerable to kids dropping them or falling on them. And they also prefer to be the centre of attention, so they may not suit families with young children. Given their small size, they are good for apartment dwellers and homes with smaller backyards, but they're very active dogs, so they need a lot of daily exercise to avoid problem behaviours with frequent walks, games of fetch, and other activities. They can have a smooth and silky or a rough and wiry coat that Louis clearly has here. This needs brushing a couple of times a week and it needs to be clipped, doesn't it? Or the hair needs to be stripped to get rid of these wiry bits. Brussels Griffons typically live from 12 to 15 years. They're generally considered a healthy little dog, but being brachycephalic or short-faced, they can be prone to airway disease and ophthalmic or eye problems and should be carefully examined by your veterinarian for these issues, particularly if you notice shortness of breathing, snoring, squinting, redness or cloudiness and mucky discharge in the eyes. Other health issues seen in the breed include patellar or kneecap luxation, progressive retinal atrophy and syringomyelia. But responsible breeding can help to reduce the likelihood of these conditions. So of course, like with any disease, early detection is really important. So if you're ever unsure, make sure you visit your vet. And of course, having pet insurance can help too. Definitely. Hey, you did well, Louis.
You did, Louis. To learn how HIF pet insurance can help your pet in times of need, visit hif.com.au.
Mental stimulation is just as important as physical exercise for our dogs. You can help keep your dog's brain stimulated in many ways. You can take them on new routes when out walking, different dog parks, or introducing new dog toys, games and activities into your routine. Many common dog behaviour problems such as chewing, digging, barking and other destructive behaviour can be managed if their bodies and brains are kept active during the day, rather than being left alone with nothing to do. So what does this consist of? Well, we want to make sure they're getting the daily exercise all dogs need for their breed and age. It's also important they get outside of the home to socialise and sniff out the local area. They need human contact, obedience training, while interactive toys and puzzles can help keep them entertained when no one's around. Many interactive toys like these are designed to help a dog work for their food, encouraging dogs to use their body and their mind to work the treat, kibble or the meat out of the toy, mimicking what they would be doing out in the wild when they forage for their food all day. That's what they used to do once in a while, whereas now they all get it fed to them in a bowl. You do need to think about what type of dog toy though would suit your dog the best. Some nervous dogs may need a quiet, soft, interactive toy that doesn't make loud noises when rolling around on floorboards, like these Lexi and Me ones. Hey? Yeah, or the Buddy Ball's a good one too. While other dogs may go crazy for the sound of a rattling marble or bell inside of a treat dispensing toy as it rolls around, like this Aussie dog Tucker Ball. A sturdy, squeaky toy like this Kong Wooba can help entertain those dogs that aren't into ripping anything apart. The Kong Wobblers are great for freezing some mints in or even wet food in the fridge, and then that way when they get to it they have to really try and work it out. Or you can challenge their problem-solving skills with those that up the ante a bit, like the Kong Locket. The toys should be alternated every day or two and leave out a few at a time. Make sure they are non-toxic and durable enough to suit your dog's chewing habits and strength. You can add even more play into their time alone by hiding their food or treats around the yard, or throw their kibble out into the grass rather than feeding them in the bowl, so they have to go hunting for the food again like they would in the wild. You can find all of these and other great interactive toys at your local Petstock store.
As a Petstock Rewards member, if you purchase any participating brand of premium dog or cat food, including Big Dog, they'll give you 15% brand cashback to use the next time you shop for the same brand, even if it's on promotion. Visit the website for details.
With so many puppies missing out on that critical early socialisation they need due to COVID-19 restrictions, and many rescue dogs being rehomed, just like Vindy has been with us, there are now a lot of dogs out there that are nervous or reactive to meeting new people, particularly those coming into their home. If your dog is very nervous or reacts to people inappropriately, it is important that you don't introduce them to too many people too quickly. The steps to help make this a positive introduction include putting your dog on a leash and, assuming they are food motivated like Vindy is, have the other person slowly come into the house or room with the treat easily visible. If they are toy or ball motivated, you can use those too. Vindy loves his treats, so I get people to hold a VitaPet chicken treat or pocket reward so they are clearly visible. If your dog moves towards them to investigate, they should offer your dog the treat and speak in a low, calm and encouraging voice. Having your visitor give your dog the reward will help create that positive association we are after. If your dog does display any signs of anxiety or aggression, use the distraction technique such as look at me or focus to get their attention back on you. And your visitor should stop and calmly back away, increase the distance between themselves and the dog. You might instead then both sit down at a safe distance from your dog and ignore them. All the while your guest can hold the reward in plain sight. If ignored, most dogs will generally get curious and they'll slowly or quickly sometimes make their way over to investigate. Or once your dog has calmed down, you can mark that desired behaviour with a yes or a clicker, and your visitor could then offer them a good dog and the reward. My tip is to always ensure people take their sunglasses, hats or their hoodies off, avoid carrying bags or any other items the dog might react to, and definitely no sudden movements towards you or the dog. Remember, most dogs are reacting out of fear, so we don't want to push them over their threshold so that they feel threatened, and that's why distance and space is really important. When people come over, also give them a safe space so they can go and just put themselves away there if they want, if they're just feeling a bit uncomfortable. Never punish them, as to them, threats are really real in their mind, so it's up to us to work on their socialisation slowly and positively, building up their confidence so they can relax and enjoy the new experiences. Visit VitaPet Central on their website for more tips and advice. Hey Vindy, we're getting there with you, aren't we, baby?
The Lotsmith Pet Therapy Program provides comfort and relief to people experiencing illness, adversity, loneliness and trauma right across Melbourne. Today, I'm joining a couple of the volunteers at the Peter McCallum Cancer Centre.
Kath, what made you decide to become a therapy volunteer?
Baz is just so great with kids, and I thought we need to sort of tunnel that energy into something that'll benefit the community and him.
So what about you, Kirsty, with Olive here, you big lush? What made you decide to do it?
Well, I wanted to do some volunteer work, and I'm passionate about animals, so it was sort of a match made in heaven. And I had my first dog ever from Lotsmith, who was the most incredible dog, so it just made sense to reconnect with Lotsmith as well. She knows when she puts her bandana and lanyard on, she knows that she's in for a good day.
So Pam, what does it mean to you to have these guys visit you?
I think you can tell by the tears. So
A lot's been
they're
a while.
just beautiful. They are absolutely beautiful, and they just make me happy.
Nice birthday present.
Oh, just the best birthday present. Thank you. Oh, very much. Yeah,
You've been in here for a while, a bit of a stint at the moment.
125 days.
Wow, it's quite some time.
So
It's
this
been
is just like something different, something that I love, and it's just the best. I can't thank you enough, everybody.
I think that the pet therapy program at Lordsmith is an amazing thing for all of our patients and staff here at Peter Mac as well. It's something that brightens my day, but also the day of all of our patients as well. Particularly for our paediatric patients, it can be quite difficult for them to come in every day for radiotherapy and treatment. It can be quite daunting coming to the hospital. Having the pets there and the dogs come down to radiotherapy can really help them actually get through their treatment. And for our adult patients as well, it can be such a long day here in the hospital waiting for clinic appointments as well as on the wards. Having a bit of brightness in that day from the dogs is an absolutely amazing thing for us here.
Peter Mac are incredibly supportive, so we go a lot of places in the hospital and can make a massive difference when people are anxious or sad or happy. Sometimes just petting a dog's what they need.
Well, you've made me feel good, guys. Thanks for your time today and well done on your work.
Pleasure.
We need more people like you.
You can donate to this very worthwhile program at lordsmith.com.
Morgan's looking after a friend's dog and he's asked me to come over because apparently Bosco isn't eating, but I suspect it has more to do with what Morgan's doing than anything else. But don't tell him I said that.
How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Good. Thanks for coming over.
That's all right. What's the problem?
Bosco's not eating, like at all, over the last couple of days.
Okay, so he's probably a bit unsettled.
Okay.
Being in here for the first time because he's probably got a bit of anxiety, and actually when a dog's got a bit of anxiety, that is a really common reason why they might not be eating. Any change of environment, routine and all that can upset him a little bit.
I have been giving him the big dog food.
Yes.
But I gave him, because he was being a bit fussy later on, I gave him a bit of chicken.
Oh.
Like a nice bit of roast chicken, I thought.
Okay, alrighty. So another tip for viewers at home, don't make Morgan's mistake. So the big thing around fussy eaters is actually often the fact that our dog is just holding out for something better. I've done it, everyone's done it. Our dog doesn't eat, so put a little bit of cheese in there, maybe a treat or two, roast chicken. And of course the dog learns that if they hold out, they're going to get that next time. So we often create fussy eaters ourselves. Tell me, where are you feeding him?
So I started feeding him here in the kitchen, but
Yes.
he's quite messy.
Oh,
So I started doing it out in the balcony.
Uh-huh. So he ate here?
Yeah, he ate here a little bit, but he was really messy, so I thought I'd put him out in the balcony.
Okay, let's go take a look at the balcony, shall we?
Out.
Rightio. Hey, Bosco.
Come, Bosco.
You don't want to eat out here, rightio. Well, dogs like to feel safe and secure when they're eating.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know about here. I'm not real comfortable standing out here myself. But poor Bosco, he might
Right.
be happy to come out here. But when it comes to eating, there's a lot of noise. There's lots of wind happening out here. It doesn't feel like a real nice, safe place to me. So, you know, couple that with his anxiety. We need to think like a dog. You need to think about, is there anything that could be distracting them? They want to feel safe, feel contained and not be bothered by loud noise. You know, some dogs even, like if you've washed his bowl and you've left a bit of residue on there, things like that can actually also stop a dog from eating. If you've got multiple dogs at home, that's not the problem here, obviously, with Bosco, but if you do have multiple dogs at home, you might not notice, but one dog might actually be eyeballing the other dog. I know when sometimes with Darcy, if we have dogs come stay, he feels a little bit uncomfortable, so I feed him in another room. The other thing we really want to make sure as well is if they're not eating, take it away. Sometimes if they're holding out being a fussy eater, I take Darcy's food away from him and he doesn't get fed until the next meal.
Right, okay, that's smart, yeah.
And it's good for dogs to fast, just like it is as well. In the wild, they wouldn't be eating for a day sometimes. So as long as they're on a good nutritional diet, you can do that sometimes too.
Speaking of being in the wild, I did take him for a walk down the park. There's a good chance I caught him, he was eating something.
Okay, we have a lot of things going on here. So he might have eaten something, so that's another big reason why dogs don't eat as well. If they're not feeling that well, if it goes on and you suspect that they have eaten something bad and they've got diarrhoea or vomiting, then do get them to a vet. But again, it might just be a little bit of an upset tummy.
What else do I need to know?
Well, because he's on the raw food patty, sometimes coming straight out of the fridge can be a little bit off-putting. Room temperature's good, so just run it under the tap. Also, as dogs get older, that'll help with the sense of smell, and sometimes they have sore teeth too.
That's a good point.
So there's lots of reasons why dogs don't eat, and I reckon that's covered about them all.
That's got everything. Like my anxiety was here, now it's down here. I know what I'm doing. I'm not worried about Bosco because Dave would kill me.
Yes.
That's good.
If you'd like to find out more about the Big Dog raw food diet or transitioning your dog across safely to new foods, visit the Big Dog website. Magnesium is an essential mineral that all dogs need to keep their bodies and their brains functioning. Every time your pet moves a muscle, experiences a heartbeat, or even has a thought, magnesium is needed to make it happen. When a dog is deficient in magnesium, it can cause serious and wide-ranging health concerns, from weak or painful muscles, abnormal heart rhythm, stomach and skin issues, behavioural changes and problems, and more. So how do you make sure that your dog is getting the magnesium they need? Firstly, you need to ensure they have a high quality, complete and balanced diet. Foods like spinach, broccoli, whole grains and salmon are great sources of magnesium. Applying a topical magnesium can also help. This is one of the oldest forms of treatment for skin issues, while lightly massaging natural magnesium into your dog's skin is also a great way to soothe muscle pain and stiff joints due to its anti-inflammatory properties. I use the DGG magnesium spray on Darcy for his arthritis, and when he becomes sore after running at the park with his mates. It's all natural, cruelty-free and Australian made. Massage also does wonders for your dog and is a great way to build your bond. It will depend on how your dog feels about being touched, so look out for any signs of anxiety and start slowly and always keep it light. Assuming your dog is okay with being touched, spray it onto their fur, then using clockwise circular movements, gently massage them all over. Be careful of tender spots, particularly the inside of their hips, as a lot of dogs with sore muscles will be extra sensitive here. Oh, and don't spray it onto their private parts or their bottom area. Move your fingers up their spine, gently moving your thumb in circles to get the blood circulating around their neck and head before moving on to the ears. Darcy adores his ears being rubbed, and no wonder, as it has pressure points linked to their internal organs, the same as it has for ours. However, don't spray the magnesium on their ears or their face. The DGG magnesium spray is available at Petstock and pet specialty retailers nationally. Is that good? So Izzy here has been a little bit itchy and scratching herself a bit. I suspect that it's flea allergy dermatitis, but I just wanted to check with you.
Okay, well, when an itchy dog presents themselves to me, trying to determine what the cause is can take a bit of detective work because there's a lot of triggers that potentially can cause an itch. Now, with flea allergy dermatitis, sometimes the only clue is the location.
Yes.
And if you get lucky, you might see a little bit of flea poo.
Well,
Where's she itching?
there, and I'm afraid I think I've seen some flea poo.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Izzy. Oh, and under her legs as well.
Just in here, is
Yes,
it?
yeah. Around that near the region.
Now, my next question is she on a flea preventative?
Well, I think what the problem is, she's on a heartworm, a separate intestinal worms, and I think with everything going on, the owner hasn't been well, that maybe the fleas have been missed.
Right. Well, that makes it even more of a possibility.
Yes.
Let's have a look.
Because it happens very quickly, doesn't it? If you only just miss like 1 month, then they can come very
Absolutely.
quickly. And I know that my dog Max, so he didn't have a lot of fleas on him, but he did have flea allergy dermatitis, and it always confused me because I was like, he doesn't have like flea infestation. Is it common in all dogs?
It's not to be itchy.
Yes.
From just a few fleas is
Yeah.
not.
Yes.
If they have a big enough flea infestation, then they'll be irritated.
Okay.
But certainly not all dogs have flea allergy dermatitis. The ones that do are hypersensitive to
Okay.
flea saliva.
Okay.
And it takes just one bite, sets the whole itch up.
And so what are the treatments if she has it?
Okay, well, first thing we have to do is kill the adult fleas rapidly.
Yes.
And I think with your friends, if they're getting confused, the best thing to do is to give one treatment that gives the most complete parasite control.
Okay.
And the one that I prefer, because it's a tasty chew,
Yes.
is NexGard Spectra.
Okay.
It does all the nasties, the heartworm, intestinal worms,
Yes.
and the ectoparasites, external parasites. You use it every month, ongoing, and she shouldn't have another problem.
Yes.
But in the case of this situation,
Yes.
what I'm going to do is just test the skin. It's quite red here and looks a little bit moist.
Yes.
Just to see whether there's any bacterial infection that she's set up. And under here as well.
Yes.
Once I've tested if she has got an infection, we might need to put her on some antibiotics.
Yes.
And we need to stop her from continuing to itch the area.
Oh, that means the cone of shame. All right, sorry. All right, well, let's see what the verdict is. If you'd like to find out more about NexGard Spectra, then visit their website. And let's hope, darling, that it's just a little itch.
Forever Friends Animal Rescue is one of the largest animal welfare organisations in Victoria. I caught up with co-founder Saskia at their sanctuary in the Yarra Valley to learn more about their work.
Sas, tell me about this beautiful sanctuary out here.
Well, Forever Friends is an all-species rescue organisation, so we help any species in need, from dogs to cats to farmed animals. And this is a safe haven for any animal in need who needs a bit more TLC before they're ready to find their forever home. We've got everything from horses to chooks to piglets to goats, sheep,
Everything.
dogs, cats, yeah, a bit of everything.
So I imagine you need a bit of help to get, all of these looked after. How can people volunteer for your organisation as well as other rescue groups?
Every organisation desperately needs volunteers all the time. So we need everything from foster carers to transporters to people wanting to do more hands-on work like around the farm, from looking after animals, feeding, helping to build new animal accommodation like we're doing at the moment with a grant from Pet Stock Assist, which has been fabulous. We're really lucky to have a young man volunteering a good 6 to 9 months of his time building our new kennels and cattery facility. So
that's amazing. Can I meet him?
Absolutely. He's just down here.
Cool. Let's go. Come on, Das. Leave the ball. Come on, Das.
How you going?
How are you? Nice to meet you.
You too.
Well done. What a wonderful thing you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What made you decide to get involved?
Just wanted to give back to the community and just being able to provide a bit of skills that I have and help the organisation that me and my partner have been working with over the last 4 or 5 years. And yeah, just help out Sass and Eric and get this building usable, I guess.
Nice. And how does it make you feel?
Great. It's I wake up every morning and love coming out here 6-7 days a week. I've had a lot of jobs over the years, and yeah, this is by far the best one and the one that's not paid.
Well done. The world needs more people like you. Thank you, Sass. Keep up your hard work. If you'd like to find out how you can support or get involved with the work of Forever Friends, visit their website, foreverfriends.org.au, or to find out more about Pet Stock Assist, visit the Pet Stock website. Well done. Need medals. If I had a medal, I'd give you both.
Want to win a Pawsome prize pack valued at over $2,000? One lucky person will win a year's supply of VitaPet treats, Big Dog pet foods, NextGuard Spectra monthly chews, a $250 Pet Stock gift voucher, DGG grooming and apparel, and a year's subscription to Dog TV. Plus, there's 5 consolation prizes of my book, Eat, Play, Love Your Dog. To enter, sign up to our e-news and tell us the name of one of the charities featured in this series. All entries also receive a free ebook, so visit poochesatplay.com.
Well, that brings to end another episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See, Lara, a little bit of preparation at the start really pays off.
Oh yeah, Morgs, it does, doesn't it? Well, thanks to Vindy and Darcy for their help with this episode. Hope you enjoyed it.
See you guys.
See you.
Can I have a treat now?
No.
I'm going home.